05. Today we will discuss our chapter 7, accounting for share capital. So this, again, first part, then second part, I will post it on Monday. Alright, so let's start. And learning objectives natin, apat, no? Pero for today, I think we will tap yung journal entries. Short lang siya, journal entries to give us overview. No? Tapos may tatlong sample problems ako later on, so you could appreciate yung discussion natin for today. Right. Okay, number 1, state natin yung rules. So ito yung part na parang 80% puro theory, no? Tapos 20% or 10% lang siguro yung computation. Okay, state natin yung rules on accounting, babalikan natin yung background, ano ba yung accounting doon sa issuance of shares, tapos na natin yung chapter 6, no? And dito mo siya ma-appreciate. So, number 2, differentiate natin ano yung difference dun sa memorandum entry, tapos yung journal entry method. Ano naman yung entries natin upon issuance of shares, no, at par or at premium or at a discount. So, kumbaga, ibang definition, kung par siya, yan yung nakalagay dun sa Articles of Incorporation, diba? For example, yung at par is 100 pesos per share. So, kung at premium siya, ibig sabihin above par siya. Pero kung at a discount, issue siya at a lower than par. And also, we will prepare yung journal entries natin sa subscription of shares. Okay, methods of accounting for share capital. So we have, sabi natin dalawa, memorandum entry method and yung journal entry method. So ibig sabihin guys, sa memorandum dito, wala tayong journal entry na ginagawa. Unlike sa journal entry method, syempre, it's a journal entry, you have this debit and you have that credit. And also, yeah, so upon issuance of share capital, share capital is credited. So pagdating dito sa memorandum entry, no, wala tayong entry doon sa authorized share capital. Example, ABC Corporation authorized a share capital of worth 1 million peso. So doon pa rin sa authorization ng share capital, there's no entry. Doon lang sa journal entry method meron. Okay? Pero upon issuance, pag nag-issue tayo ng share capital, meron na tayong entry. So we credit that yung share capital account doon sa memorandum entry. And also, yung journal entry method, syempre, we credit also yung unissued share capital. So, ma-differentiate natin yan mamaya, no? Pag dumating tayo dun sa parang table, ano yung journal entry method, ano yung memorandum entry method. So, now to give you an overview, yung share capital account is different from unissued share capital account. So, different method, different lang siya yung kanyang journal entry. Alright, problem number 1, sabi dito, on March 1, 2020, Rose Corporation was authorized to issue the following share capital: 50,000 preference share with a par value of 10 pesos. And we have also 100,000 ordinary shares with par value of 5 peso. So sabi natin, sa memorandum entry, we have no journal entry. No? Only we record yung parent account. Okay, titingnan natin later yung memorandum entry. The entries to record share capital as well as subsequent posting to the general ledger. Naalala niyo, di ba? We record it sa original entry dun sa journal, and we record it also dun sa ledger right after. So ano yung entry natin dyan with memorandum entry method? So first muna, we will discuss yung memorandum entry method. So eto, March 1, Rose Corporation was authorized. So 500,000 pesos divided by 50,000 share with par value of 10 pesos. Also, Rose Corporation was authorized to, ayan, so preference naman, yung sa una preference share, ikalawa ordinary share. What would be our entry for this memorandum entry method? Sabi natin, upon authorization, there is no entry. Ayan. So, posting to the ledger, ito lang siya nakalagay. Ayan. Also, preference share capital, naalala nyo yung T account. So, letter T, ayan, letter T, ordinary share, ganun din. So, it's a memorandum entry. Naglagay ka lang doon ng memo. Parang naglagay ka lang ng simple note. So, para i-state mo lang ano yung nakalagay dito sa transaction. No? Using the memorandum entry method, kinopya mo lang actually kung ano yung transaction. Okay, upon authorization, syempre. So, copy and paste mo lang dun sa T account din, syempre. Posting to the ledger. Yan. But case number 2, we use the journal entry method. Same problem given, ano? So, yung entry natin dyan to record yung case natin kanina. No, we debit yung unissued preference share capital. So, take note of the accounts used, no? And credit sa authorized preference share capital na 500,000 pesos. So, we get that from 50,000 shares multiplied by 10,000 pesos. Yung tawag dyan sa 10,000 pesos na yan is yung par value per share. So, total, 500,000 pesos. And also, dalawa yung share yung in-issue, yung preference share, and we issue also yung ordinary share. So, transaction number 2, an issued ordinary share capital debit, and we credit yung authorized or ordinary share capital. So, same computation. Except lang yung par value niya is 5 peso per share. Okay, the 2 entries are then posted to the accounts in the general ledger as follows. So after we record it sa journal, ito yung entry natin, we have this debit and we have this credit. We post it sa journal. Just hide. Okay. Pagdating sa journal, unissued share, pakita ko lang yung T account. So, naalala niyo yung T account, di ba? Nasa top is yung description ng title or yung account title. Tapos yung nasa left ng letter T, nakalagay dito yung debit. Tapos ito yung credit. So, pinost lang natin, no? Post natin yung transaction, what we recorded here sa journal entry natin. Okay, debit siya sa unissued. Okay, then authorized preference share yung credit yung sa first transaction, and we have also yung second transaction, ordinary share capital. Pinost mo lang siya. So kung nasa debit yung unissued, lalagay natin sa debit. So same as with preference and with ordinary share capital. Okay. To continue, so tapos na tayo dun sa authorization. No? Nag-authorize lang tayo ng share capital. Basically, yun lang talaga yung entry natin. Okay? For example, dun sa quiz natin or sa exam, yan yung tatanong, what is our entry doon sa authorization? Okay, authorization ng share capital. Okay, authorization ng share capital, ano entry natin doon? Ano naman yung entry after nag-issue tayo? So this time yung second part, issuance of share capital. Okay, may bumili na ng stocks natin, no? It's either in-offer siya sa public. Okay, ano yung entry natin doon? Journal entry upon issuance of share capital. Ayan. So before that, ano yung theory behind it? So sabi dito, when par value share are or no par share but with stated value is issued for cash, in-issue yung share, tapos for cash, ibig sabihin papasok yung cash sa corporation. The proceeds should be credited. Ayan, debit to cash and credit yung share capital account to the extent of par or stated value of shares. Kung magkano yung authorized, naalala niyo kanina, yung authorization, di ba, we have this preference share na 10 pesos per share, tapos merong 5 pesos per share yung ordinary share. Tapos, in excess of that, yung tawag dyan is share premium. Ito yung mga bagong accounts, no? Unlike sa sole prop, sa proper partnership, ito yung corporation, we have share capital, tapos we have this unissued, tapos yung authorized. Okay? Sabi dito, we with the excess being reflected as share premium. We will appreciate it later sa journal entry natin. And first part, okay, issuance of share capital at par or stated value. Parang sinasabi niya, nag-issue tayo ng stocks or share, pero based on that given par value, wala siyang excess premium, wala siyang below par na discount. Okay, share capital may be sold for cash equal to its par or stated value. Pwede yun, no? At par lang siya. If cash received is equal to par or stated value, cash account is debited and we debit to cash, okay? And we credit it dun sa share capital or unissued share capital account. Ayan, yan yung credit natin. Okay, tingnan natin, no? Ayan. So, one class of stock. For example, isang class lang, preference share lang or ordinary share lang yung in-issue natin. So, using two methods, again, yung nasa left, memorandum entry method, and yung nasa right, journal entry method. As you can see, ano yung difference yan? It's only yung term na unissued. Okay, remember guys when you answer your exam, no? Using the memorandum entry method, we just simply use yung share capital. But using the journal entry method, we use the unissued share capital. So we credit that one. Alright? So yan lang yung big difference niya. Yung word na unissued. So again, we only use yung unissued doon sa journal entry method. Okay, what if we have two classes of share? Okay, letter B. Pero at par pa rin siya. Wala siyang gain, wala siyang share premium, wala rin siyang discount. So basically, ito lang yung comparison. Same as with our first example kanina. Yan, same lang siya. Pero yung ginamit dyan, instead of share capital, okay, sa letter B, nilagay mo talaga what type of shares. No? It's either preference or ordinary. So nakalagay din yan actually sa problem. Kung magkano yung preference share and magkano yung ordinary share. So technically yan lang din. So pareho lang siya, parang sinegregate lang siya. Right? Okay. Kung at par, tapos at stated value, same lang din siya. So there's no ano pinagkaiba dun sa par, no? Saka stated value. Typically, yung journal entry natin is the same. Okay, as you can see, no? At par and at stated value. Ayan. So punta naman din tayo sa TikTok. Ayan. So sino na yung mag-TikTok guys? No? So issuance, letter B. Issuance of share capital at par or stated value for cash. If the shares daw are issued above siya or stated value, cash is debited, share capital or unissued share capital is credited at par or stated value. Ito yung bagong term na kailangan natin tandaan. We also credit yung share premium. Okay? Sa lahat ng transaction guys, we only credit yung share capital account doon based sa par value niya or stated value. Okay, in excess to that, like for example, binili or in-issue yung stocks instead na 100, in-issue siya at 120. So yung difference na 20 pesos will go to share premium. Okay, we have also this example later. Ayan. So nakita nyo dito, as you can see, yung ating nadagdag na journal entry from our previous na slides, no? Pakita ko lang ulit. Yan yung previous slides natin. Yung nadagdag lang dyan, technically, yung term na share premium. Yan. Kung dalawa yung in-issue, preference and ordinary share, lalagay natin dyan yung specific, no? Na ordinary share and also yung preference share. So, memorandum entry method, again, we don't use yung term na unissued. Ginagamit lang yan dito sa journal entry method. Alright? So, same lang din siya. Above par, ayan, no par value. Ayan. So, yung next no par value. pag sinabi guys na no par, ano nga yung gagamitin natin na peso value? Ay, sabi sa law, Corporation Code of the Philippines, it should be not at least 5 pesos. No? Not 50, not 500, kundi yung pinaka-lowest nila na ceiling sa baba, no? 5 peso per share. Hindi ka na pwedeng bumaba doon. Okay. So what if daw, tapos na tayo dun sa share premium. Punta tayo dito sa discount. Share premium meaning above siya. Ito yung par, tapos above siya ng par. So meron tayong share premium. Pag below naman, ito yung par, tapos below siya. Okay. Pag below siya, we have this, what we call discount. Right. So kung below siya, then we will have a discount account. So when shares are issued at discount, the shares are sold at price which is below the par or stated value. Below siya. Like for example, instead of 100, binenta siya at 90 pesos. So may difference siya na 10 peso, okay, per share. Yung issuance of shares, allowed din siya. Allowed siya sa ibang countries actually. Pero sa Philippines, it is being prohibited kasi it's either subject siya sa abuse, no? Pwede siyang ma-abuse kasi dependent din sa like for example, yung par value ng shares natin is 1,000 tapos binenta mo siya at at a discount. Eh di parang nag-gain yung bumili. So habulin siya ng BIR ngayon. So technically, para ma-resolve yung ganung problem, ginawa ni Philippine government, na siya, parang prohibited na siya na practice. Alright? Okay. Issuance of share capital at a discount for cash. Once again, when the share is sold, the discount is not considered a loss to the issuing corporation, but the shareholder is held liable thereof. So, siya yung magiging liable doon, yung shareholder na yun. Okay? Then, after that, yung shareholder, siya yung magbabayad doon sa discount, which is an investment deficiency. The account discount in share capital is shown on the statement of financial position as a deduction from shareholders' equity. So, titignan din natin mamaya ano yung journal entry natin dyan. Okay? Discount as an investment deficiency is accounted for separately. Okay. And as you can see guys, we will introduce this new account in discount on ordinary share. So, sabi dito pag discount siya, hindi siya nasa credit, kundi it's always on a debit. Okay, nasa debit siya. Debit cash, okay, yung bago lang dyan actually, technically, the discount on ordinary share capital. I think I will revise the other slides, Dali. Kasi yung entry dapat sa journal entry method, as you can see, dapat siya, may term na, dapat, unissued. Okay, punta tayo sa slide number 24. It should be unissued. Okay, unissued ordinary share capital. Okay, we don't use ordinary share lang kasi doon yan nakalagay sa memorandum entry method. So, credit siya, dapat naka-indent ng konti. Dito na lang yung debit. Right? So, ayan, corrected na siya. Hindi pa, yung discount pala, it should be debit. Okay? So, ayan na. So, discount on the ordinary share, it should be on the debit side. Yan lang yung bago actually, no? At a discount. So, sabi dito, discount as an investment deficiency is accounted for separately. Okay. So, kung no par siya, same lang din yung entry natin, no? So, I need also to revise yung nakalagay dito. Edit ko lang guys. It should be unissued. So, unissued Correct ko lang siya. Right, correctly. Okay. So don't forget ito in-explaining natin for those na kakapasok lang. We are explaining what's the theory behind our accounting entries dito sa chapter 7. Okay? If parang bago sa iyo yung topic na to, don't forget to go back dun sa introduction sa corporation. Kasi you will miss out pag nag-jump ka sa chapter 7 tapos hindi mo na pasadahan yung chapter 6. And also available yung other video natin doon sa YouTube accounts natin. Account lang pala isang account. Ayan. So, balikan mo lang yung introduction to corporation. You will appreciate the theory behind it. So, what if, number 2, what if in-issue yung shares natin or yung stocks at yung non-cash consideration? Hindi siya cash. So, actually, technically, yung papalitin doon yung debit natin. Okay, sabi nito sa section 61 of the new code, where the consideration is other than the actual cash. Okay, other than the actual cash. Okay, balikan ko lang. Okay, going back. Yeah. So other than doon sa non-cash, sa actual cash, it consists of intangible property. Intangible, hindi mo siya makita. Okay, included yan, like yung patents, hindi mo siya makita, hindi mo siya mahawakan, copyrights, and yung valuation noon is based doon sa initial, sa determination kung magkano yung sinet ng incorporators or yung BOD, subject to the approval, syempre, ng Securities and Exchange Commission. Sabi nito sa PFRS or Philippine Financial Reporting Standards number 2, nag-provide siya dun sa equity settled or share-based payment transactions. The entity shall measure the goods and services received and the corresponding increase in equity directly, okay, dapat na letter E, at the fair value of the goods and services. Actually, sa problem nakalagay din yan, how much is the fair value? It's always, example, yung book value versus yung fair value ng property o yung ng equity, ginagamit natin is always the fair value or sa ibang term, fair market value. Okay. Also, if the entity cannot estimate, wala silang mechanism how to re-evaluate yung value ng goods or services, yung entity thou shall measure their value at the corresponding increase in the equity indirectly by reference to the fair value of the equity instrument issued. Ayan. So technically, yan yung theory behind it, about doon sa issuance ng non-cash. Issuance ng shares na non-cash considerations. Ayan. Then after that, we will determine. So itong tatlo, as you can see, these are the options actually. Tatlo yung option natin pero in priority. Okay? Pag hindi given yung option 1, ito yung gagamitin natin. If not, option 3 yung gagamitin. If the share capital daw is issued in exchange doon sa non-cash considerations such as, sabi natin, intangible property, or services, the share capital is recorded at an amount equal to the following order of priority. Fair value of non-cash consideration. Kasi kung magkano yung amount ng patent, yun yung gagamitin natin dun sa debit and credit. If hindi yung given, magkano yung in-issue mo na yung fair value ng shares issued. Okay? In exchange of that patent na walang value. If hindi rin yung given, we will use number 3, par value of the shares issued. Kung magkano yung par value ng corporation. Nakalagay din yun sa Articles of Incorporation. Okay, same as with those equity instruments. Okay, fair value of equity instruments issued. Okay, fair value of liability extinguished. If hindi rin yung given, then we will go to option number 3, yung carrying amount of liability extinguished. Alright? So, ito yung pro forma entry natin. Pro forma journal entries natin for the issuance of par value and no par value. Okay, ano yung unique again dyan guys? Memorandum entry method versus journal entry method. Okay, yung unique lang dyan, I think, wala. Okay, yung debit lang yung nagpalit. Yung name ng asset, it's either goodwill, patent, whatever intangible asset, no? Yan yung nagkaiba. Okay? Kung above siya, then we will recognize above the par value or stated value, we will recognize a share premium. Okay? So same as with journal entry, paulit-ulit tayo. Yung kinaiba lang ng memorandum entry method sa journal entry method is yung term na unissued. Okay? It's only dito sa journal entry method ginagamit. Okay? The rest, same lang din. Alright? By the way, guys, later on, if you have a question, you can post a comment, or after this lecture, I will open this for question and answer portion if you have any clarification. Although yung part 2 pa naman yung medyo complicated in terms of computation. Pero technically, madali lang din siya. Right? So ito yung journal entry method natin. Kung services, yung pinamit doon sa, kasi di ba mag-i-issue tayo ng stocks. Example, ako yung corporation. Mag-i-issue ako ng stocks. Papalit sa akin is yung services. Yung debit natin dyan is what? Expenses. Whatever services na, like for example, nag-issue ako ng shares doon, pambayad ko doon sa legal services ng lawyer ko. Okay? I will credit or I will debit rather yung legal expenses. For example, no, same as with the journal entry method. Again, we don't use an issue dito sa memorandum entry method. We only use it doon sa journal entry method. And for services, ito yung entry natin. And for outstanding, how about for outstanding liability? So madaling salita guys, nag-issue yung corporation as payment doon sa utang ng corporation. Okay, in-issue nila yung shares para mambayad doon sa existing or outstanding liability at fair value of the shares issued. Kung equal lang siya, then ito yung journal entry natin. Maka-cancel yung bonds payable, okay? Kasi yung pambayad ko doon is only the share capital. Tapos ka-cancel din kasi yung normal account or normal balance account ng payable is credit, right? So when we debit that account, yung maka-cancel or parang nagbayad ka ng liability mo. So we debit our bonds payable and we debit also yung accrued interest payable. Kasi yan yung existing liability natin outstanding. And share capital yung credit, share premium kung above siya. So ito, bagong account na naman guys, we have this gain on extinguishment of debt. Diba? Yung term na extinguishment, parang yung fire extinguisher, diba? Pinatay mo yung apoy. So extinguishment, meaning pag pinatay mo yung utang, okay, kina-cancel o binabayaran mo yung utang through issuance of share capital. Meron sometimes gain. It's either mas malaki utang mo, like for example 1 million, tapos yung in-issue mo ng worth ng share is below that. So magiging gain mo yun kasi nabayaran mo siya at a lower issuance of share capital. So again, yung unique account lang dito is yung sa journal entry method is we use yung unissued share capital. What about at carrying amount of the bond? Ibig sabihin, nag-issue ka ng shares which is equal lang doon sa magkano yung utang mo. Okay? Kung magkano yung bonds payable mo. Then there's no gain on extinguishment. So yan lang yung naiba dito sa letter B natin. Okay? Walang gain. Okay? Kasi nga, equal lang siya doon sa amount ng bond. Okay? And so problem number 1, I think almost done na tayo for this first part of our lecture. Problem number 1, sabi dito 20,000 ordinary shares, 100 peso par value are issued in exchange for land. So, nag-issue ng shares yung corporation pampalit doon sa land ng isang interested buyer ng stocks. The fair value of the land as determined by the board of directors and approved by SEC is 2.1 million. So what would be our entry? We debit yung land kasi in-acquire siya ng corporation, diba? So we debit that one and we credit yung ordinary share capital. As you can see, no, yung assumption dito is we just use yung memorandum entry method. So yung credit natin, we don't use unissued but ordinary share capital. Diretso na siya, right? So tapos credit natin share premium dash ordinary. Okay, kanina, diniscuss natin, share premium. So yung assumption dito actually is, what if dalawa yung shares natin? Yung ordinary and yung preference share. So nilalagay natin share premium dash ordinary share na 100,000. So, sir, where did you get yung 2 million? It's only basically 100 yung 100 peso yung par value. So technically, supposed to be problem number 1, dapat may kulang siya, no? Supposed to be, there should be a number of shares. So hindi nakalagay yung number of shares. So yung assumption dyan, divide mo to, no? Sa 2.1 million, divide mo sa 100,000, sa 100 peso. So ilang shares yun? Okay, 210, tama? Or 21,000 shares kung i-divide mo to 2.1. So yung assumption dito, 100 peso times, so ordinary share capital, yung assumption is minus mo yung dalawang zero, so that would be 20,000 shares. So meaning, ito pala, sorry guys, 20,000 ordinary shares, given pala, sorry. Hindi ko lang nakita yung word na 20,000. So 20,000 times 100, so that's 2 million. Okay? Hinahanap ko kasi yung value na 20,000, not in numbers. Ito pala, in words. So 20,000 times 100, that's the par value. Ito yung i-credit natin. Sabi natin, in excess of that, no, kasi 2.1 million. So yung difference yan is share premium dash ordinary. So the assumption sa problem natin is ordinary share yung given. Okay? Pag silent siya, basically ito yung gagamitin natin. Alright? Problem number 2. 2,000, once again, 2,000 shares of 100 peso par value. In-issue siya to Attorney Abby kasi nga si Attorney Abby siya yung legal consultant natin. So we debit what? Legal expenses. Ayan, 200,000 pesos. We recognize an expense and we credit yung ordinary share capital at par value. Okay? Don't forget, baka ma-confuse kayo na bakit 200 lang yung ginagamit natin dito because we always credit yung par value ng stock. So 100 peso per share times 20,000, that's 200,000 pesos. Then we credit yung share premium na 10,000. So sabi dito, yung legal services daw or organization cost is expensed immediately in compliance and based sa PAS or Philippine Accounting Standards number 38, which states that startup costs such as legal and usually yung mga mag-i-start pa lang ng corporation and secretarial, since wala naman sila masyadong cash, no, nag-i-issue sila ng stocks and establishing an entity should be recognized as expense. So yun, directly we recognize an expense. And lastly, I think before we end our presentation, first part, no, short, 42 minutes. Problem number 3, si R Marketing has outstanding bonds payable. So may utang siya, yung R Marketing. Bonds payable 2 million with accrued interest na 20,000. The company issued share capital with a total par of 1.8 million and fair value of 1.9. So sabi natin, we always use the fair value in full settlement of the bonds payable and the accrued interest. Okay? So how do we compute? Magkano yung utang natin? Total of 2 million plus 20,000. So we debit that one kasi babayaran mo siya, right? So i-debit natin and we credit how much? nakalagay dito automatically given yung total par value ng stocks, 1.8 million pesos. So we credit the share capital using the, again, memorandum entry method. Pero pag journal entry method, we use unissued share capital. And we credit also yung share premium. So yung share premium kasi yung share capital is only at 1.8 million. Tapos yung share premium natin, since sabi natin 1.8 versus the fair value, so we use the 1.9. So difference ng 1.8 and 1.9, that's 100,000. So we recognize yung share premium. As you can see, 1.9 million credit, right? Tapos dito 2 million and 20,000 yung debit natin. There's a difference. Okay, mas malaki yung na-cancel na debt, na utang. Okay, there should be a gain on extinguishment of debt. So ito yung full name ng account title natin, worth 100,000 to balance our transaction. Alrighty, so I think that's it for our first part of chapter 7. Yeah. So if you have a question, then I'll stop recording. So hopefully guys, you get something up to this, no? As a concluding part of my presentation dito sa chapter 7, accounting for share capital, first part, and the second part will be posted on Monday. Alright, so let me know, no? Sa comment below. Don't forget to comment whatever if you have question, and also if you like this presentation, I'm cute actually. I just downloaded the PowerPoint template, then I just added some fonts and letters, and I do appreciate, no? I do credit doon sa gumawa. I think nakalagay dito sa baba, no? Credits to, let me, yan, so ito yung creator actually ng PowerPoint presentation, no? Para hindi na tayo ma-copyright, ano? So I give credit na yan. So ito yung dito na galing yung PowerPoint presentation ko. Alright, so hopefully you like it guys, and I will see you in our next presentation. Alright, so I'll just stop share.